Everybody's money and loyalty. You ain't been where I've been, ain't seen what I seen. See, I came from the bottom, struggle turned me to a king. I'm trying to win and put it on for my team. But they wanna see me lose and kill a young nigga dream. Like that.
And we're back. This is episode 7. I'm still in Maryland, and I have Ryan with me again. I can't call him a special guest anymore because after one time, you're not special anymore.
Dang.
So we're going to get right into it. We're basically going to be talking about the finals and LeBron's legacy compared to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. LeBron James, the GOAT, I would say. What about you?
Now, Reg, I'm 100% sure you don't mean that. I'm 100% sure that you cannot mean LeBron James is the GOAT, meaning GOAT as far as greatest of all time. There's no way.
All right, you're right. He's second right now. He's second behind Michael Jordan. He's ahead of Kobe right now.
He's not.
Okay, why not?
Okay, so excuse me, because when conversations like this happens, I feel as though you have to clear your throat so there's no confusion on what was about to be said.
Okay.
For me, I was a Kobe fan. Of course, Michael wasn't our generation. You know, we are the Kobe era. So Kobe will be our Michael Jordan, right? I love MJ, but Kobe's my MJ. And his will to win surpasses, it really might surpass MJ himself. And if I were a GM right now.
Sorry, wait a minute. LeBron was my Michael Jordan, but go ahead.
Okay. I don't know how. You like, if that's your Michael Jordan, you don't really like to win. Like, Kobe's will to win surpasses LeBron. So if I was a GM and I seen Kobe's work ethic and LeBron's work ethic, Kobe's, passion in the game and LeBron's, and this is not a knock on LeBron.
I think those are equal.
It's not. There's no way. It's no way that they're equal. It's no way that they're equal. Kobe will literally try to kill your mom to win a game if he had to. LeBron would probably take your mom out on a date to win if he had to. It's just different. It's different. It's just a different mentality. He doesn't have that kill or be killed mentality. It's okay, though.
Yeah, he's different than Michael and Kobe in that sense, but he's still, overall, I think is just a better player than them both. He does everything. He's not really known as a scorer, but consistently he averages 28, 29 for his career. Also 7 or 8 assists for his career and 7 or 8 rebounds for his career. So, yeah, I agree. He doesn't have that killer instinct that they have, and most people would agree with that. But beyond that, and besides the championships as of now, he's not on their level. But everything else, he's better than them.
So here's the thing about that.
What you gonna say?
Here's the thing about
championships.
I wasn't even going to talk about championships. I wasn't going to talk about, and I'm not going to talk about championships. That's the last resort.
I just like to talk about the player himself.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the player himself. MJ and Kobe, they didn't have to do the stats that you just called out for LeBron because they had teammates to do that. But I will say, if they were in a position where they didn't have those teammates to help them out, their numbers would be crazy. So both of them played in a big man dominant league. Keep in mind, MJ was the third pick behind 2 big men. One of them, one of the greatest big men of all time, Akeem. So he was in that generation, that era where you didn't have to go out there and kill on the boards because you had a big to do that. You had 7-footers to do that. He had a decent point guard that ran the offense when they were winning. So did Kobe. He had a decent point guard, not an all-star point guard all his years, but he had decent point guards where he really could do the role that Phil Jackson designed in that offense. On the other hand, in LeBron, he never had a solid big man. He had solid power forwards, but as far as a solid big man, I'll give him credit. He didn't have the luxury of that. When he had Shaq, I mean, my man Shaq couldn't even get past the foul line.
Yeah, Ilgauskas, what, like.
Okay, all right. I mean, Ilgauskas. I mean, come on, right? He didn't really have he really didn't have a solid big man. He really didn't. Ilgauskas was okay. I'll give him that. But like, as far as he couldn't have the luxury of relaxing in that 3 or that small forward role where Jordan and Kobe, they could do that 2-guard role because they had players around them in the offense that was created for them. They didn't have to work as hard. Well, they didn't have to do multiple things. They had a great coach too.
Well, I don't like how people discredit LeBron because he really doesn't take the last shot for the most part, and he's labeled as not clutch, but he makes the right play all the time. That's where he's different. Like, you don't have to take the shot to be a clutch player. You can make the right play. You may not make the shot, but you made the right play. Kyrie Irving, for instance, he's their clutch player.
He is their clutch player.
So LeBron,
he has the heart of a lion.
What you saying? LeBron don't have a heart of a lion?
Exactly.
Okay.
Tight nine.
So yeah, LeBron is different in that sense because he doesn't have to take the shot to win the game. He makes the best play possible for them to give them the best chance to win. And last year's finals, it was Kyrie Irving. LeBron actually didn't make that play. He made the defensive stop, but Kyrie was a one-on-one against Steph Curry, and he hit him with the step back on the right side.
Yeah, he's 5 for 5 at that spot. They said
it's pretty. It's pretty damn crazy, actually, because he hit one of those shots against in this playoffs. I think it might have been against Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that same right spot, step back. So
same move.
They should probably take note of that. That when he's at that spot, he's more than likely going to step back and shoot it in your face.
But here's the thing for me with LeBron.
All right, go back.
Here's the thing for me, because if you are, remember that press conference a few years back when the commentator or the reporter asked LeBron a question like, how are you so sure? And he was like, I'm confident because I'm the greatest player in the world. Do you remember that? If you don't, we can easily YouTube it because that was the first time LeBron James ever said a statement so bold like that. And
that started him saying many bold things.
Yeah, y'all gotta go back to your regular lives. That was a bold statement, but that statement was like LeBron just said he was the greatest player in the world. All right, I like that statement. If I'm the greatest player in the world, there's nobody on my team that deserves the ball more in a clutch moment than me. That's different. Like that's what Kobe and Jordan thought. Like if we're in a position to win, the ball needs to be in my hand so I can make the play. Now Jordan did the first, so I don't have a problem with you making a basketball play. That Steve Kerr shot on Utah back in the day. Yeah. That was a great play by MJ.
Yeah.
But god dang, every time LeBron had a few good moments, but it's just like he'll rather defer or make that play, quote on speak, like before he looks to score. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, actually.
You don't like that he doesn't take the last shot, basically.
I don't like
because the ball is in his hands.
Well, it's going to be in his hands.
Yeah.
I remember, but I like the LeBron James who did, who told I believe it wasn't T. Lue, it was Coach Black.
When he changed the play?
Yeah, when he said no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that was Black. They wanted him to take it out.
Yeah,
he's like, and he changed that.
Yeah, that was disrespectful for Coach. Well, it wasn't really disrespectful because I know a lot of plays like the inbound
against the Bulls, right?
Yeah. I like that, LeBron. No, we're not doing that. Listen, I'm the greatest player. Give me the ball. I like that, LeBron James. And if I saw that more, I would be like, LeBron James is really doing it. And it's not like that man is amazing. He's the best athlete of all sports that I've ever seen in my life. But I think that sometimes he defers more and it's probably because of his upbringing. I don't know, but he defers more than, saying like, I need to do this.
Well, yeah, I feel like he's been doing that probably since he's been playing basketball. He's been the playmaker. And probably most games he played in, it probably wasn't close when he was younger, because I'm sure he was always the most athletic, biggest player or best player on the court since he was younger.
Yeah.
In high school, he was the best player. He didn't go to college, obviously, and then when he came in the league, he wasn't the best player when he came in, obviously, but he was still. I think he averaged over 20 points his rookie year. They didn't make the playoffs his first 2 years, but he still came into the league and started off running. So I feel like he just was never that player to take the last shot, and people knock that. You, one of them. I don't think you can knock it, because he was never that type of player, and some people don't have that in them to make that shot. But he makes that play.
But he has to be that type, because we've seen it before though. If we never saw it before, and he says like, "Nah, I like to defer," like that's okay. But we saw.
There's times where he's gonna have to take the shot,
but it should be a lot of times like that. I mean, it's all right. I kind of ask. We've seen him defer more than he's been aggressive and say, "Hey, this."
So defer meaning he's not taking the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, more times. Yeah.
But and the thing that gets me mad is like he can do it. That's the thing. That's the big. When we were in college, remember we used to say like, "Why is LeBron shooting? Why is he shooting?" Like, put your head down, go to the basket, make the defender stay on your back, and get this and one. Like, he can do it. There's nothing that stops him. But it's just like he doesn't, and that's the thing that gets me mad about. That's
one knock I have on him. He doesn't shoot free throws well at all.
Yeah,
and that's probably the reason why he doesn't go to the basket, which he should go to the basket, but he doesn't, because he gonna go up there he gonna get fouled, go to the free throw line, and probably miss him.
Yeah.
So I see why. Like, if you're not a good free throw shooter, if you're not getting that and one, then it's going to be tough on him. He's going to miss one out of the two.
But when you do that, it still makes the defense has to be accounted for that. So like it can open. That's when it opens the floor up for your teammates. But I mean, I love Kobe, and I watched Kobe doing work documentary like 15 times.
Probably more than that. I know you did.
I did, actually. I was just trying to be generous. And Kobe said to Spike, he's like, Spike, I could have taken that shot right then and there, but I know that shot is going to be there for me in the fourth quarter. So I'd rather get my teammates involved, make the defense play them, and then that's going to open the court up for me way more. He's like, there's a time to score kind of thing. But LeBron is just like, he can do it. He can do a lot. But it's just like he's so reserved sometimes. And now it's like, why?
Well, the teams he's been on, he doesn't have to take that last shot, because you go back. Well, his first 7 years in Cleveland, they didn't really have anybody besides him. They had like Larry Hughes. I think Eric Snow was on that team back then. So like a bunch of like average players.
Yeah.
So back then he was taking more of those shots, and he was missing them. Then he went to Miami, where you have D Wade.
Horrible move.
Good move for his legacy. Well, not his legacy, for his championship.
There we go.
But he had D Wade, so D Wade was that guy who was taking the last shots. Then we fast forward to now, back in Cleveland, and now it's Kyrie Irving. So he didn't win in his first 7 years. So he made that move.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like how he announced it, but he did what he had to do to learn how to win.
I didn't have a problem with that announcement.
The announcement on TV?
Yeah, I didn't have.
Why not?
Because it went to a good cause.
It did. It still could have went to a good cause. He could have gave that money without being on TV and making teams look stupid. But anyway, now he's back in Cleveland. And now it's Kyrie Irving who's that guy who's going to take the shot. And Kyrie Irving is actually he's been a great player, but he's taken it to another level now. And he's been getting advice from Kobe, your guy. Kobe said that he has that Mamba mentality. So he's that guy he's that guy. Some people say LeBron is holding him back. In a sense, yeah, as far as scoring, but I don't think Kyrie Irving would win without somebody like LeBron. I don't think he could carry a team. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen. I don't think we ever seen a point guard in our league that carried a team besides AI. And I mean, he didn't even with that team. You know, he couldn't do much when he had to face the Lakers because he didn't have anybody with him. So if Kyrie was in that position, in AI's position, he would do way worse than AI.
So without LeBron, do you think Kyrie could take a team to the playoffs?
Without LeBron, I believe Kyrie could take a team to the playoffs, but I would substitute like an all-star. LeBron is a superstar, first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, top 5,
arguably greatest of all time. Yeah,
not arguably the greatest of all time. You know, arguably, you know, top 5 players that ever played the game.
All right, top 2.
Top 5.
All right. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
He has to be in that. You know.
Okay.
But if Kyrie has somebody like, I mean, I know this is random, but like somebody like a Paul George, who's an all-star, not like LeBron James, but you know he came into his own way. He can go to the playoffs easily. Or I mean, somebody if Kyrie went to New York, he can go to the playoffs. He can get New York to the playoffs with Melo. Not
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, going back to LeBron. So he's third behind LeBron. Behind Jordan and Kobe to you, right?
Yeah.
So if he wins this year, where is he?
He's right
still
there.
behind Kobe.
I can talk to him with Kobe. I can have that conversation with Kobe. I can now have that conversation with Kobe.
So you don't even like to compare him right now
to Kobe?
Yeah, LeBron and Kobe.
I can't. And I said this. I talked about it a little bit. Well, I said it to you the other day. The NBA. I don't think us as NBA fans and the NBA as a organization really realized the kind of player that Kobe was. I mean, one MVP, you know, stuff like that when he was doing record. Remember that one season he just had 4 or 5 straight games when he scored 50, scored 81.
I do remember that.
What is that? We haven't seen that. And of course, because his team didn't have a good record, he wasn't the MVP. But you know,
that's how it goes sometimes.
That's how. I mean, they was in the playoffs. I think he took them to the playoffs still. But you know, in a good conference. But you know, they don't. Okay, he was clearly the best player in the league, but he didn't get that award. I mean, so LeBron James, if he wins this year, he can be in a conversation with Kobe. If he loses this year, we got to talk about that. I hate when everybody just says, "Oh, if LeBron wins, it's going to be, you know, we can talk about him with Michael Jordan, this, that, and third." But they forget, if he loses, what's the conversation going to be then? We have to have a conversation then. It can't just be oh, he lost to a good Warriors team, because we already knew that going in. We knew that in October when the season started that this was going to be the finals.
So we're going to talk again about this conversation after the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the finals. A lot of media outlets are saying the Cavs are underdogs. What do you think about that? Should they be underdogs, or should it be, you think, even? The Las Vegas betting system, they said they're underdogs. So you think should it be even? Should they be even?
I know Vegas has to do it just for the money,
yeah.
But it's an even matchup to me. Because if you look at it, KD and Steph will cancel out LeBron James and Kyrie. They cancel each other out. And then you have everybody else like Draymond, Clay, just like you have Tristan and JR or Iman. Everybody. Kevin Love.
Your boy on Warriors, McGee.
Oh, don't even get me started with him. If he comes to play, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. That energy that he brings is a problem.
He's going to get in foul trouble early, but okay.
Well, that's why I said if he comes to play, because there's not a big in the game on the Cavs that can really, stop that big as far as rebounding.
Tristan Thompson.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Tristan Thompson has great energy. Matter of fact, I think Charles Barkley said if you stop Tristan, you win the game. But Tristan hasn't had to play against somebody who has crazy energy like McGee as well. Them two both have great energy. But, McGee has height, length over him. Second chance opportunities. Easy.
So McGee isn't going to do anything. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, my gosh. If he does something, man, you should run to the hills. Because I'm coming back on nightly.
Sports talk.
I'm coming
And
back
talk
on
about
nightly.
the Cavs.
I'm coming back on nightly. Sports talk every night if I can.
Every night?
Every night if I can, just to say like
If McGee have a great series.
Seriously.
Well, I guess you won't be on because he's not. All opinion, but yeah, we'll see. Going on, Draymond Green said in October he said that if they were the Cavs and the Warriors, if they were to meet in the finals, he wants to annihilate them.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that statement?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it. I love it. So this is also Draymond. I mean, he's crazy. He's reckless. Not crazy. He's reckless. Like, I think the reporter asked him, like, "Oh, you the modern day Charles Barkley?" He's like, "No, I was never a Charles Barkley fan. This, that, and the third." Like, but in my eyes, as far as what they say, it's very similar. Like, they speak what they want. They speak what's on their mind. They do not think first. But that statement, that was, I love that statement so bad. Like, there's no love between these two teams. Like, let's call a spade. What happened to the Warriors was not even borderline embarrassing. It was embarrassing last year. Like, you were up. The series was in your hand. The NBA wanted to, snug a little bit. So, they got the short end of the stick, but that's really not a good excuse.
You had 3 chances to win.
The NBA really did them so dirty last year. It wasn't even funny.
Was it really that dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah, that play was dirty by Draymond. Yeah, that's why he got suspended.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Huh?
Bro, if somebody steps over your head, if a grown man...
He was trying to get back into the play.
If a grown man purposely walks over your head, you know what he was doing. He was This is what I hate about LeBron.
LeBron is smart.
Yeah.
All right, I know.
This is what I was saying. He knew it would tick Draymond off. Walking over you're not going to walk over my head and think as a grown man I'm not going to do anything. Now you're in a great charm city. You're in Baltimore right now. A few years back we won a Super Bowl, right? Our heart and our soul of that team was Ray Lewis, and I don't know if you remember, he had some allegations about not steroids but some kind of drug enhancer. So it was. I was nervous. Like, if Ray don't play, we not gonna win. We weren't gonna win if Ray didn't play. If you take the heart out of a team, if you take their heart, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, they lost that game. Then he came back.
But it changed the whole thing.
The heart was back.
They changed the heartbeat wasn't even back. You know what I'm saying? The heart was in the body, but it wasn't beating, Reg. You see what I'm saying?
They had 2 chances to win when he came back. I understand it changed the momentum.
That's all I want to hear.
I understand that, but he was there 2 games, so I don't want to hear it. Like, they had chances.
The mood switched. I'm not giving no excuse for the Warriors. I said that was the most embarrassing moment probably in all of their career. I mean, they're gonna take that to they gotta live with that for the rest of their lives. But for Draymond to say that, I respect it, I love it, and I hope that he annihilates them.
I love it too for a different reason.
Why?
I love it because I believe the second greatest player of all time, LeBron, he's going to take that as he doesn't need any motivation, as he always says in most of his interviews, but he's going to take it as motivation. I know Kyrie is as well, and that's just going to make both these teams don't need to get any more motivated, but by players saying things such as that, I know that's going to motivate them to annihilate the Warriors. I hope it goes 7 games, annihilate.
They're not going to annihilate them. The Warriors actually might sweep them.
See? You see you being disrespectful. And you're not the only person that said this, but...
No, I don't think the Warriors are going to sweep.
That's real disrespectful.
Yeah, it is. But I'm sorry.
I'm tired of people saying the Cavs didn't play anybody because they did. They did. Who the Warriors played?
The regular season, they played somebody. Right?
No, I'm talking playoffs. We talking playoffs right now.
The regular season, they played great competition.
The playoffs. If the Cavs didn't play anybody, the Warriors didn't either. So now we meet up, and now they're going to play somebody. They're going to play each other.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Brackets are set up for the number 1 seeded team to get to the finals or to the championship, right?
The easiest road.
Yeah, they're supposed to have the easiest road. So And you said the Warriors didn't play nobody. Well, it's designed to do that. That's what you work so hard for the whole season. It's designed for.
I say that because they say Cavs didn't play anybody.
Cavs are in a weaker conference, but I'm not mad at that. I'm not really mad at that, but I really don't like when people say the Warriors didn't play anybody because, of Kawhi getting hurt or, the Spurs has got the short end of the stick. If it was just Kawhi, I think it's still.
Warriors still would have won, but it would have been a tougher series.
If
Kawhi didn't get hurt.
Yes, but what I would have said is that if Kawhi did get hurt, but Tony and they had David Lee, he also got hurt. If those players were still there, I'll give them a fighting chance. It would have been a sweep. I know that.
So I don't think the East is weaker than the West. It's easy to see that, but I think people don't give LeBron his credit. He just destroys the Cavs and LeBron. They destroy teams. Is it because the teams are bad or are they that good in that conference? Because a lot of free agents, as we talked about in our group chat, they tend to go to the West when they're in the East. There's some players who do go to the East, but Paul George said it after they lost to the Cavs in this playoffs. He said, it's been 3 or 4 straight years that he lost to LeBron. He's just tired of it. So, and as you know, he's a free agent soon, and he's looking at going to LA, or there's a couple other places he may go. But on the West, he's tired of losing to him. DeMar DeRozan said something similar where they lose to this guy every year, and he may go to the West.
But the thing is, if they go to the West, I think that's a cowardly move. But I'm gonna go back to this man. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back to this man. What made Michael Jordan so great, and even what made LeBron James great, is that this go around. What made LeBron James great is that he demanded something from his front office, right? If you're an all-star super, like if you're Paul George, you're DeMar, you have to go to your front office and say, listen, all right, you see what the Cavs got. They got 2 other all-stars with LeBron, and they got an up-and-coming all-star in Tristan Thompson with LeBron. Where's my help? Why aren't we kicking up the money? And that's what I really realized, that the West don't have a problem. They don't have the problem besides the Spurs because, Coach Pop, he's just amazing where he can get pretty much anybody and make it to somebody. But the West don't mind kicking out money. They really don't. Like the Clippers have Blake, Chris. They don't mind kicking out money. That's great. The Warriors, they didn't mind kicking out money for KD. You got to kick out money if you want, to beat this man. If you want to build the conference, that's how I feel. It's just sad that teams will rather save money and get fans in the door, but then they're only playing 82 games. They're not going to the playoffs. Or if they are going to the playoffs, they already know what's their fate. It's sad that we knew what the fate was for the East without a shadow of a doubt. Like the Cavs are gone. There was no point in time in the season when LeBron was saying I need help. I'm looking around this, that, and third. We all knew they were still going to go.
Yeah, I agree, man. Listen, the East is just going to be LeBron. Whatever team LeBron is on in the East, I hope he stays with the Cavs until he retires. But
he shouldn't leave.
Whatever team he's on, I feel like they're going to make the finals until he retires.
It's crazy. I don't think LeBron is going to win any more championships.
Anymore. You said anymore.
I think he's actually done.
Okay. Why? Okay.
I think he's done. I don't think KD is going to allow it.
We shall see.
Once again, this man, Michael Jordan, he spoke it. I think he's going to speak. I think his words are going to come to existence this year. Mark Rashad asked MJ, Kobe or LeBron? Of course, he picks Kobe. Mm-hmm. Only because of the merit of 5 rings versus 2 at the time I think LeBron had. He said 5 beats 2. And then Ahmad said, what about Kevin Durant? He said, he's coming. He's like, if you talk about them, you gotta speak on KD. And I think people really forget that KD is here. And I don't think he's going to lose to LeBron James 2 times in a row in the finals. I just don't think that. I think he has a more personal grudge or revenge mentality than anybody on that court. Even after the Warriors lost the way they lost, KD as a superstar against this man, and he knows his legacy's on the line. He can't do it. He cannot lose to this man once more.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but he's going to lose this year, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
Yeah,
but next year, I believe that if he's still on the Warriors, they will win next year. That's what I think. But this year, I just feel like with the emergence of Kyrie Irving being the player that he is, and LeBron, who's for the most part, except like 1 or 2 games in this playoffs, he's been, I'll say, great. I just think they're locked in. Not saying the Warriors aren't, but I just feel like the Cavs have something to prove to where, like you said, people say when Draymond Green got suspended, that was like a lucky draw for the Cavs. So they have something to prove as well. So this is the grudge match, the trilogy, as some will call. So everybody's healthy for the most part, as healthy as they can be. So we shall see how this finals goes and who's really the better team.
Yeah.
Saying that, I know you think is going to win, but how many games do you think this finals will go?
I'm praying that it goes to a game 7.
That would be ideal.
I'm really praying, but I think it's going to go to 6.
And the Warriors are going to win.
The Warriors are going to win in 6.
I think the Cavs are going to win in 6. I wanted to go 7 games because that's the most exciting thing that can happen. A 7-game finals. But you got the Warriors. I got the Cavs. Finals start June 1st. Couple days. So I can't wait to see that. Ryan, any closing remarks before we sign off today?
This playoffs in general was horrible at best. It was.
It was.
Celtics and the Wizards was probably the best series out of the whole playoffs. So number one, the NBA should probably look. We gotta do something. But I hope that this is a great series, and I hope this is on another side note. But I hope Westbrook gets MVP, and I'm good. I'm ready for the show.
I agree. I think Westbrook should get MVP. I said this in my first or second episode. If they do co-MVPs, that's a total cop-out.
Yeah.
Whether you give it to Westbrook or Harden, one person has to get it. It should be Westbrook in both our opinions. But Westbrook for MVP. I want to thank you guys again for listening to Nightly Sports Talk. I want to thank Ryan again for coming on another episode.
No problem. Thank you for coming to the great Charm City. I know they say Trenton makes the world takes, but it ain't no harm to have some charm.
And this podcast is available on iTunes, the podcast app. It's on Google Play Music. It's also on SoundCloud. Just type in Nightly Sports Talk Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at @nightly_sports and also on Instagram at Nightly Sports Talk. I want to thank you guys once again for listening in. I'm your host, Reggie Coleman, and thank you, Ryan, again.